Hi, welcome to Frenship High School, and on behalf of the Advanced Technical Theater class, I'd like to present to you
So we started off with the basic idea of having everyone be very different. And the hard part about that is when you're not doing like a specific color palette or a time period besides just modern, it gets very cluttered, and we didn't really know how to combine everyone into this like community of that Jesus was creating.
Since it's like a modernized version of a costume, I feel like it is a lot more relatable to like the audience and also the cast around me. I feel like that's an easier way for them to kind of relate to me more.
So what we decided on doing was do the Hooray 4 shirts. And we got the idea and we just kind of ran with it. We had all these existing costumes that people brought, and we just started adding and morphing them with the Hooray 4 shirts. And when we got everyone on stage, the white Hooray 4 shirts didn't really fit the experience that we wanted to give of this like bright, colorful, cartoonish show. So what we decided to do was alter most of the shirts with tie-dye or fabric markers, because we wanted it to show that even though everyone is the same white canvas, that we take, that everyone like morphs into their own person and are unique in that way.
When we first started the process of set design for Godspell, the initial idea was to keep it black and white, but as the process went along, we knew that we had to add color to make it more welcoming, and it just made more sense with the show. At first we had our LEDs on the ground, but then as it got closer to showtime, we realized that it would be better to hang them up on the first electric for chases and things like that to spread out the color more evenly. By changing the set from a grayscale to a more abstract, colorful approach, it allowed the actors and the audience to get more into it and felt more welcome. One thing that we incorporated with the gazebo was a cross that was not made prominent until the end when Jesus got hung.
Some of the props that allowed me to have a lot of free will were the trash can, which allowed me to really just be me on stage and just have fun with it. And then another prop that I really had fun using was probably the porta potty. It was never really involved in the script, but I was able to really use it in a different way. I was able to use it during intermission to make a fun joke out of it that the audience would laugh at.
With Godspell being such an immersive environment for not only actors but the audience as well, we tried to play along with that with the lighting by having the lights move along with the actors. By having emotions further shown to the audience through the lighting effects, we would use blues and reds to further accentuate anger or the deep sadness within the show.
I think that lighting is obviously very important to set the mood for an audience about what's going on in the show and how they should be feeling. Like in my song Turn Back Oh May, it's more of a seductive kind of song, and so we had a red wash across the stage and LEDs were red, and the costumes were basically all red, kind of seductress type thing, and I think that really allowed me to get into my character, and obviously that let the audience know what's going on, so I think that lighting is very important.
There was various props that we had to get on and off the stage at different times, and there was actors on the stage that we had to give props to at like certain times, so we had to choreograph that.
My favorite parts this year of Godspell was getting to work with different props we had, because we had a couple difficult ones for sure, like the trampolines we jumped on and we besieged the learning how to get on those trampolines and off safely and dance and act and work with everyone around you was really awesome. And then specifically getting to work with like smaller props like the noose and getting handed that, working with like people backstage and people on stage, definitely taking time to work with people around you and stuff was really awesome, and like taking in those moments was amazing. So.
So during Godspell, our main goal was to kind of create a community and a family. And so our main thing was making sure that the principal dancers that we had really felt like they were also actors, and then our actors who necessarily don't have much dance experience also felt like dancers, and so everyone was a family and a community.
As one of the principal dancers, I feel like we really formed a different sense of community with this show. I've been in past like 3 shows, and something really different about Godspell is in all the dance numbers, everyone's moving, everyone's dancing, and so it was really cool to get to like teach the actors part of like the dancing and then get to learn how to like act and marry those two things together. And I think we really got to build our relationships with each other and build our relationships with our characters and with the audience, and make everyone feel like we're just one big community rather than like separate entities in the show. And that's really like what it's all about. That's really what Godspell encompasses and what I really took from getting to work with everybody.
So the main focus of the play was equality and the accepting Jesus. So I wanted to do things that kind of showed that and represented equality and everything, and I wanted to do it in kind of a pretty way, and this is just basically my style and how I would have taken it.
So before this year, we didn't have a costume and makeup design class. So the guys, when it came to makeup, were kind of in charge of themselves. So when they got under the light, their features were like washed down, they looked flat. And so this year we really tried to push like stage makeup, like something you could see from far away, like heavy contours, giving guys like a little bit more like eyeliner. And like for Jesus, we gave him a like beard to like along with his contour to kind of like, number one, like develop his character, but also just to like give his face more definition that you could see with all the lights on the stage.